have my ghost trap ready, because when a ghost gets in here, there is no escape. And that's the name of today's game we're looking at for your Atari 2600. Let's go ahead and take No Escape. Let's pop it in my Atari 7800 Pro system and see how it holds up today. Let's go to the game. No Escape was published by Imagic, and according to randomterrain.com, most likely came out in April of 1983, and originally came with an offer to get a free Zircon joystick if you just pay $1.50 shipping and handling. Due to the lack of time machines in 1983, it has nothing to do with the 1994 Ray Liotta movie with the same name, although that would have been amazing. It was programmed by Michael Green, who only has 2 other games credited to him on MobyGames.com. Wing War, another Imagic 2600 game which was only released in Europe, and the Commodore 64 port of Star Wars the arcade game. The manual opens with the following: Jason has taken the golden fleece. The gods of Olympus are not pleased. They wish to test this proud mortal. Jason wakes to find himself imprisoned in the temple of Aphrodite. Frenzied furies flash overhead. Armed with only stones he finds on the temple floor, the resourceful Jason must pit his wiles against these cunning menaces. No Escape is a Space Invader style game for 1 or 2 players alternating. Odd-numbered game variations are for single player, even for 2, with 4 different difficulties. The higher the game number, the higher the difficulty. When a difficulty switch is in the B position, that player gets an extra life after each wave. In the A position, that player would only get an extra life if you survive the wave without being hit. The black and white color switch is used to pause the game. If that switch is flipped at the end of a round while the score is being counted, it activates a cheat where enemies won't fire on you during the next round. No Escape plays like Space Invaders with a twist. Pressing the fire button fires a stone into the air, but you don't want to hit the enemy. If you do, they return, and if there's space available, they will bring another fury with them. Instead, you want to hit the ceiling, causing a brick to fall. The only way to take out an enemy is with a falling brick, but be careful, as falling bricks can cost you 1 of your lives if they hit you. You could take out falling bricks with a well-placed stone shot of your own. The trajectory of your stone is also affected by your movement before throwing it, curving to the direction you were running beforehand. The more you move in one direction before firing a stone, the greater the curve, and stones can bounce off the edges of the side walls. The only way to get a straight shot is to shoot from a stationary position, waiting for your legs to stop moving if needed. Only the bottom enemy fires at you, but their shots can curve as well. And when a lower enemy is defeated, the enemies will move down to fill the void. When you clear a wave, bonus points will be awarded for the remaining bricks in the ceiling, and a new wave begins. If you use all the bricks in a ceiling without clearing the wave, something that has never happened to me, you apparently will be stuck in a winless state. As waves progress, enemy movement can change, with enemies sometimes trying to get hit on purpose to multiply according to the manual. You begin the game with 4 lives, represented by the lifeline on the bottom of the screen. You can earn extra lives after clearing waves as mentioned earlier on, with the maximum amount of lives in your life bar being 8. You lose a life or part of your life bar when you are hit by a fury or a falling brick. When your lifeline runs out, your game is over, and an animation of a Pegasus carrying Jason away plays. This looks confusing, almost like you won or something, but according to the manual, you are just being carried away to start another battle with the Furies. And since you cannot beat the game, from what I could tell, it sounds like you're stuck in an unending loop of failure, which sounds like a punishment in the afterlife or something. Joy. Scoring wise, you get 2 points for shooting a Fury and 5 points for each remaining brick when you clear a wave. According to the manual, if you make every falling brick hit an enemy without missing, you get 99 bonus points in waves 1 and 2, and that value can rise as the difficulty increases. That, however, is something I never achieved. Graphically speaking, the game is above average looking by 2600 standards, with the Pegasus at the end possibly being the highlight, but the sounds are pretty basic for the system. Family friendly wise, the game will most likely get an E for everyone rating it for release today. At the time of my research over at PriceCharting.com, the game had an approximate value of $19 loose, $60 complete, and $80 new. So what do I think of No Escape for the Atari 2600? Is it worth playing today? This will vary by person, but for me personally, I think I'd have to say no. The game looks and sounds fine, but I just don't care for the two-step method of having to shoot a brick without shooting an enemy, and doing it in such a way that the brick hits the enemy on its way down. With games like this, I just want to shoot the enemy straight on, and if you want to add something to that while keeping the original mechanic cool, this just feels unnecessary. And while I applaud thinking out of the box, not every outside the box idea will work. The way your shot curve also takes some getting used to, and I was never 100% comfortable with it. Having the bottom enemy being the one that attacks you doesn't give you a lot of space to react, and of course, if he is destroyed, above enemies will take his place, not even giving you a break until the wave is complete. So long story short, this is just one of those games that I could say is well made to a degree, but it's just not for me. So where am I going to rank No Escape among other 2600 games I've previously reviewed? Since my rankings are based on my own personal enjoyment playing the game as a single player, it's going to be low, probably a lot lower than most. I'm looking in the 200s. I will give Skeet Shoot an edge at 237, as I did get a tiny bit of enjoyment out of that one, but I will give No Escape a nod over 3D Tic-Tac-Toe at 238. So out of the 272 games now ranked for the Atari 2600, No Escape is throwing stones at the 238 position. No Escape is just one of those games I simply don't enjoy playing. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Do you like the game? Do you have any memories of it? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoy videos like this one and you want to support my work, please click like and subscribe. Drop a comment below, and for mega supporters, either become a channel member or sign up at patreon.com/NoSwearGamer. Thank you for giving me a little part of your day, and I look forward to seeing you next time in the next episode of the No Swear Gamer. Take care, and remember, if a fury ever attacks you, run to the nearest high ceiling and start throwing stones at it.